Recently I've been doing a couple of panel glue ups and well, that requires clamps. But my clamping situation is pretty off right now. So this is how I've been storing my clamps up until now. You can see they're just in piles. So I was thinking on the side of this miter saw cabinet there's some wasted space, and with a clamp rack down there it'd be used up. So I drew up some very detailed plans. Not really. These are loosely based on that of Steve Ramsey and Matt Lane, except this will only be to store bar clamps because they're the major cause of this mess. This is a good opportunity to use up some scrap wood since we're also repurposing some space. So I ripped the first piece to 3.5 inches, which will be the part that gets screwed into the miter station. I also ripped one to 4.25 inches. This is the one that actually holds clamps. Next, I cut them to 21 inches at the miter saw. Ultimately, this is an L-shaped bracket that will have slots cut in it to hold clamps, but we're going to need some bracing to keep it square. So that's what we'll cut next. So now by setting the width of my table saw fence to that of the shorter rectangle we just cut, that'll give me my triangular braces. That'll give me the width for those triangle braces. Since this rack is only going to be 21 inches long, it's not necessary to have more than 2 braces. Now I'm simply measuring where the pilot holes will be for the screws that attach the braces to the top of the shelf. Now I'm marking where the slots will be cut that actually hold the clamps. For the clamps I'm using, 1.5 inches between each slot is plenty. So I've marked points for the depth of my grooves that I'll be cutting into these racks, if you will. So I'm going to drill a 3/8 inch hole at each intersection. This line is 1 inch from the bottom, and these are 1.5 inches apart. The next thing to do was to cut the slots that the clamps will sit in. I did that over at the bandsaw. Off camera, I drilled pilot holes at the drill press into the back of what will be the clamp rack. Now I'm just finishing them up with the countersink bit. And I've noticed this countersink bit gives me almost hexagon shaped holes. Any suggestions why that happens? Leave it in the comment section below. Thank you. I clamped these up without glue so that I could finish out the pilot holes with a handheld cordless drill. Now for the actual assembly. I've smeared glue along the joint to ensure that this doesn't collapse under what little weight the clamps provide. These are Torx head 1.25 inch screws that I'm using to attach the top. I added glue to the triangular braces and now they're in place with a scrap clamp block I made in about 5 seconds. That clamp block really made a difference. It made clamping this thing and holding it in place while I drove screws much easier. Thanks for watching this first video on this channel. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe, it's much appreciated, and expect more from us. Me and my little brother should post fairly regularly to this channel. We both love woodworking. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and have a good day.